call?
Yeah, I did, but then we found out we could use FaceTime.
Oh, you can use FaceTime like this?
Yeah, we're on FaceTime right now.
Okay, great, awesome. I'm just going to write you back that I was ready, so it's good time.
Okay, well, we're
Hi, everyone.
Hello!
Hi, Mrs. King, how are you?
Great. Hi.
I'm Glenn Collier. I'm Jack's contemporary history teacher.
It's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So we have a lot of students here. Some of them not in the contemporary history class. So we've been looking at the times between 60s and 70s and the civil rights movement and that tumultuous period in American history. And I know you're busy. I know you have a short time. Would you be able to explain to the class a little bit about your part in it, and then maybe do a short Q&A?
All right. Anyway, I was in my 20s in the 60s, and it was a really tough time because of the assassination of John F. Kennedy, who was elected in 1960 as president. I turned 20 on my birthday was the same day he got assassinated, so it was a terrible day. I was 20. And the civil rights was all about getting equal opportunities for people of color, particularly black people, and to some extent women. Women were there too. So that was good, but then it got the South really irritated. Anyway, the 1960s was very, very tumultuous. A lot of change, a lot of, I think the 60s was known as the change and revolt and disruption. But every decade has its challenges. I mean, if you look at this one right now, it just finished. I would think for all of you, it's environment and other things, guns, LGBT rights, all those things are really important. Equal rights, but that's what I'm about. Equal rights for everyone. But the 60s was change, and we had the Vietnam War, which was horrific because a lot of people didn't understand why we were there, what we were fighting for. The question was what's winning. Of course, I don't think anyone wins in war that easily. It affects so many families. So anyway, ask me some more specific questions.
Do you have any
Teacher,
questions?
coach. Sorry, I'm starting to read. I can't hear this piece.
So, do you feel that today's political climate is similar to the 60s, early 70s?
The political climate?
Today.
The political climate, I've never seen it like this ever. I've never seen such division in our country as I have now. I wish we had all come together more, no matter who wins the election. But this is the most divided I've ever seen our country in my lifetime. And I'm 76 now, and it's not the way I wanted to see it. I feel like there's one faction against the other faction, and nobody believes the other one. It's horrendous. And we've got to really bring our country together. That is the most important thing, that we honor each other, we listen to each other, and we find a way to work together. And I think we need to put country first. The people of the country first, always, no matter what political party or whoever. It's just country first.
Yes, I have a question.
I can get in deeper, but I don't know.
I have to go up here.
So this.
And also, you want to talk about the 70s, right?
Hi,
Hi.
This student really wants to speak to you.
my name is Mia Tomlin. I am a sophomore.
Yeah, I can't really hear you that much because you're in the classroom.
You're like my icon. I love you so much. So you're obviously like this huge. Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Keep getting pork in this. Keep getting
So,
pork in it.
you're obviously this huge feminist icon, and you contribute to the feminist movement in such a big way, the battle of the sexes. If you wouldn't have done it that way, how would you have contributed to the cause in another way? Would you have participated in rallies, or what were you doing aside from obviously the battle of the sexes that
Well, okay. If I didn't have, I knew at 13 years old I had an epiphany, and I thought about everyone in my sport wore white shoes and white socks, white clothes, and played with white balls. Everybody played with white, and so I asked myself, where's everyone else? And because I came from basketball, I came from all team sports, and so I promised myself I would fight for equality the rest of my life since I was 13. And I was really, really lucky. Tennis is a global sport, and it would give me a platform, and that's exactly what it's done. So I was really lucky to get into tennis. If I hadn't gone into tennis, you still have to find, each one of us has to have a platform to reach more people if possible, and that's not so easy. But you still can make a difference locally, one-on-one. It's really important. A lot of movements are just one-on-one. The LGBTQ plus community has been one by one by one. There's a lot of grassroots movement, which their generation does a lot more than our generation because they have social media, which I think is unbelievable. How you get the word out, they can mobilize and do your different things to tell the world what you're thinking and feeling. And it's important to listen to each other, even if we totally disagree. It's really important to find someone not like yourself, doesn't think like you, and sit down with them and listen to each other. And if everyone starts yelling, it won't work. So a good way to do that is that this person gets to talk for 5 minutes and you can't say anything, and then you tell the person what you think what they said, and they tweak it and tell you, no, I meant this or I meant that. And then the other person talks for 5 minutes in a group, and the other group has to listen. You can't interrupt, no interruption. And then you tell that group, oh, I think you said this, and this, right? And they can say, no, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But no, that wasn't quite right what I meant. And then that way we're really clear on what everyone is saying. So either as individual groups, it's very important to listen. Everyone wants to yell and scream. They don't want to listen anymore. I don't know. And then you wanted to battle the sexes, you said? What else? If I hadn't done the battle of the sexes, I would have had to find I probably would have tried to be president of the United States in the 70s. Although if I hadn't played tennis, nobody would know my name. But because I played Bobby Riggs, and 90 million people saw it, and everybody knew exactly my name after that. The whole country, in some parts of the world. And you could not get on a tennis court within a week after I played Bobby Riggs. Our sport absolutely went through the roof. Everybody was wearing tennis clothes to the market. Everybody was wearing tracksuits, tennis tracksuits, everything. I mean, it was just amazing what happened with that match. And it's because of the exposure. You have to remember, in 1973, there was no fax machine. We were just going to touch tone, telephone. The first portable phone was 2.5 pounds. You could use it for 30 minutes, but it took 10 hours to charge it. You know, batteries has been a challenge for everyone. I mean, to get the batteries more efficient, whether it be cars, phones, or whatever, and that's happening. Women could not get a credit card in 1973 on their own. I needed a male to sign with me to get a credit card. Also, Title IX had just happened the year before. Do all of you know about Title IX?
Yes.
That is one of the most important pieces of legislation of the 20th century. And if you're a woman, you better, men and everybody, all genders should know about Title IX because before 1972, there were classroom quotas. Like if you wanted to go to Harvard and get a medical degree, they only allowed 5% of the class to be women. And also, there were no women athletic scholarships before Title IX, only after Title IX. And I went to college before Title IX, so I worked 2 jobs while all my male friends were getting full rides at universities, including Arthur Ashe, Stan Smith. I don't know those names. I hope you know Arthur Ashe. So women were making 60 cents on the dollar, and I played Bobby. Now we're at 80 cents, but women of color make much less. In fact, it all makes for Latino women, it takes almost 2 years to 1 year for everybody else is wrong, and we have to correct it. It just doesn't work. Also, if you're a single mother, you take less home, and then you can't take care of your children as well. So it's really important that you fight for that, because it'll make the country stronger. Anytime a child goes hungry, it hurts our country. Any of these things, just you've got to get. It's really important to think about others if we want equality, and it'll make the world better. And also, they've proven that when women are on boards, and the companies make more money. They make up to 16% more net profit. So it's good business to have everybody involved, diversity, everybody, all genders, everybody involved. It's good business. They're now proving it with the data, and it's a fact. And so it's the right thing to do. It also makes each person's life better and their children's lives better.
Is there another question?
Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
It says poor connection. Yeah.
Another question?
I don't know. Did that answer the question?
Yes.
I don't know what I would have done, because I would have had to have a platform. Next question, I guess. Unless you have more of that one.
Yes.
You want to ask.
Something I want to ask?
I would have tried to be president of the United States, though. Didn't play tennis. Think big. Go for it. And also follow the women. Make sure you learn how to follow the money. Boys are taught to follow the money. Make sure you understand money.
Yes.
You have to understand it, because you need money to for everything. Let's say you want to build a shelter. How are you going to do that? You need money. So learn about money. Understand how it can create opportunities. That makes a better life for you and others.
I have a question. Why has it
I
taken
can see that green.
Here, no. Why has it taken so long for 80 cents for a dollar, 50 years later, for equal pay?
Women get paid 80
I
cents on
can't-
the dollar.
Women get paid 80 cents on the
I
dollar.
can't hear the question.
So why has it taken so long for women to get paid 80 cents on the dollar?
I can't hear you. I think you're far away from the microphone.
Why has it taken so long for women to get paid 80 cents on the? Why has it taken so long for women to get equal pay? For example, 80 cents on the dollar, 50 years later.
It's taken a long time because. Do you want to know why I think it's taken so long?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if I heard the question properly. Is it why it's taking women so long to get equal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's really important that people in power change it. And like in companies, we're trying to get the CEOs to get equal pay for equal work for everyone. It's a very slow process because people don't like to change. Change is difficult. And also that people who have power, the dominant group knows very little about a subdominant group. And a subdominant group knows a lot about people that have the power, because we have to navigate this world that they control. So it's really getting people that have power to change, like a CEO of a company, for instance, like, okay, Salesforce, you know that company, Salesforce, have you heard of it? Yeah. Mark Benioff is the CEO, and two women came in to talk to him about it wasn't equal pay, and he thought it was. So he said, show me the numbers. They had the numbers ready, which is really important. And they showed him, and he said, okay, I'll change that. He changed it overnight to make it equal. So companies can do that. Starbucks is doing the same thing all over the world. So there's certain companies that are stepping up and making it equal. So if we can get more and more CEOs to do that and more companies, it'll really make a big difference, because everyone will get paid equal pay for equal work.
Yeah, I have another question.
Because we know how it hurts the families when you don't get equal.
I have another question. Could you explain some of the key life skills that contributed to your success in tennis?
I think you have to say again.
Oh, okay. What are some
I
of
didn't hear
the
it.
key life skills that contributed to your success in tennis?
Wait, are you asking about that? You mean what life skills I learned in tennis?
That contributed to your success.
Why don't you go? You're not near the speaker. Go near the speaker and ask the question.
What are some of the key life skills that contributed to your success in
I can't
tennis?
hear the question.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, perfect.
I'll just say. Okay, so the question is, what are some of the key life skills that contributed to your success in tennis, but then also nicely transferred to your success in life?
Oh, wow. Well, tennis has taught me life, and I played other team sports as well. So I've had team experience, individual experience. What sports teach you, resiliency. They teach you to have discipline. You have to be very organized. You have to do it daily. You can't just do it once a week. You just can't fluff around and go, well, today I'm going to work out, but tomorrow I'll work out. That doesn't work. You have to think about the management of time is amazing because not only do you play tennis, you have media, you have business situations you have to go to. When we started tennis, in fact, this year is the 50th anniversary of the birth of women's professional tennis the way you know it today. And we gave up everything. We signed a $1 contract with Gladys Helman, who was a publisher of a magazine, because we were losing out with pro tennis. It just started, and they were getting rid of all the women's tournaments, and we were going south really fast. So we were willing to never play Wimbledon again, never play the top tournaments again, and fight for us to have a place to play. And there's three things that are really important to us: that any girl born in the world, if she was good enough, would have a place to compete. Number two, that she'd be appreciated for her accomplishments, not only her looks. And number three, to be able to make a living. Those are the three things with professional tennis. There were 9 of us that were willing to put ourselves on the line, whether we ever got to play again. And it worked. Gladys went out and got a sponsor, and now women are playing all over the world for millions and millions, like a million, I think 180, maybe 190 million. So when you see the WTA tour, that really, our 9 of us signing a $1 contract, that's where all that started, the birth of women's professional tennis. And that just shows you what you can do, stick together and really are willing to put yourself on the line for something that you believe in. Many of you young people are fantastic with the guns, with the climate change, all that. You guys are amazing, I think, already at your young age. Bloomberg, all these, it's amazing what you're doing. But sports teach you, also you have to learn how to get up and speak in front of people, which I was really afraid to do. I almost flunked reading in 4th grade because I couldn't get up in front of the class. So it taught me that. And I taught that winning or losing, you learn. The main thing you want to always, don't think of failure. All of you, don't think about the word failure. Always remember that everything that happens to you in your life is feedback. And you learn from winning, you learn from losing, you learn from all kinds of setbacks in life. So just know that it's important to think of everything in life as feedback. Don't forget, just because you lose a match or don't do well on a test, just keep going, correct it to the best of your ability, and ask for help too. And to the men, to the young men there, you are very, very important, especially to daughters when you grow up, because men have a huge influence on girls when they're young. And my dad believed in me as much as my brother, and it made a huge difference to me. So as a parent, when you grow up and you have children, just know that each one is such an influencer, and that my younger brother, Randy Moffett, played 12 years of professional baseball. Most of the years for the San Francisco Giants. There's a picture. But because my dad and my mother believed in both of us equally, is the reason that I was able to make it. Because most of the time, if it's a sport, it'll be, oh, it's for the boys. It's not for the boys. But the girls, boys, all of you deserve to have the dream. I want every child to have the dream. And we have a long way to go for that to happen. But The way to get there, to have equality of opportunity under the law, all those things. We have to help each other. And you just have to really go for it because you deserve the best that life has to offer. And I want to thank Jack, too, a dear friend of mine. Thanks for getting this organized. Thanks for asking me. You're one of my favorite people in the whole world. He cracks me up. He makes me laugh. He's brilliant. He thinks. He really thinks a lot. I love that. And he cares a lot about making the world a better place. So thanks a lot, Jack. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions before we go? I got 5 more minutes if you want it.
Does anyone else have a question?
I don't know what your situation is. To all the teachers there, I want to thank you. You're the most underrated group of people in the world, and you're probably one of the most important. So I had 4 teachers who made a difference to me. It was Mrs. Hunter in 3rd grade, Mr. Bamrick in 6th grade, Mr. Mays in 9th grade, and Mrs. Johnson in 12th grade. They changed my life. I think a lot of times you don't realize what you're doing for the young people, but believe me, they know. And to the young people, if the teacher's done something exceptional and helped you, just go and thank them, okay? It's really important to be good to each other and be kind and good to each other.
I have a question.
What else? Anything?
I have a
Yes?
question. I'm sure you've faced a lot of criticism in your life. So how do you get past all the negative comments that you probably...
Yes, I have had a lot. I was outed in 1981. I couldn't. Okay, that's really difficult. It's complex. I couldn't talk about what I was going through trying to find out my sexual identity because if I did, we wouldn't have had a tour. The sponsor said you can't talk about it or we won't sponsor you. So I had the tour. I also was married to Larry, who I love dearly when we got married, and then I started figuring out who I am, my authentic self, and it was terrible. It took me at least 20 years to recover from that. But the most important thing that all of you need to learn is do not take things personally. When someone says something to you, do not take it personally because it's about the person who said it. It's not about you. The person who said it. So just every time someone's mean or don't take it personally. Keep going. Now, if someone hurts you, that's a whole other. But I'm talking about in general. So don't take it personally. And I tried not to, and that helped me a lot. And then I had a few friends. I found out who my real friends were. I can tell you that. And what? Yeah, but my mother's the person who had the tough time with me finding out who I am sexually. And I identify as a gay woman now, and I am a girl. I'm a she. So my pronouns are she. So my mother, it's so odd because my mother always said, "Unknown self be true," which is part of Shakespeare. And she's the one that taught me that. And then I become my authentic self, and she's the one that had the hard time. Was in a lot of pain over it. My dad too, but not to the same extent. But I thought it was important to give my parents time to work through it, and they finally did work through it. But it was a long, wow. I didn't get comfortable in my own skin until I was 51. So that was a long haul. Today things are much better. We have marriage equality. You can make money. Now I actually get business sometimes because I am gay. So it's so interesting. Sometimes people want me to talk about it, and I actually get paid for it. In the old days, I lost all my endorsements in 24 hours when I was outed. So today, people are congratulated, like Jason Collins, who was an NBA player. President Obama called him, congratulated him when he came out. And now he has a great job with the NBA. That never would have happened back when I was young. At your age, it never would have happened. And so anyway, things are better than that. They're better. But just everyone, we just need, in every generation, Coretta Scott King came up with a great one. It's struggle is never ending. It's a never-ending process, but freedom is never really won. So every generation has to earn it and win it. Because every generation has to keep fighting to keep going forward. We stand on the shoulders of the people who came before us. It's your group, you people right there, all of you can make such a difference, whether it be on a small scale or a huge scale. It all matters. Every one of you matters. Every single one of you matters. And you can do great things with your life. And I hope that you will have successful, to you that's successful. It's depends on how you define successful. And then keep dreaming, and go for it. But I hope all of you are very healthy and have a great life. And just know that you have to be resilient, though. Life isn't perfect. Life is difficult. There's no question. Life is difficult. So you have to keep going for it. You got to dream big. And work and work. Yeah, work. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Do you have time for one more question?
Sure.
Who is someone you admire and who is your hero?
Oh, wow. I admire so many people. I admire people every day that I run into. If you think about your own life, it's usually someone close to you that's really your hero or your shero. It's usually someone very close to you. It could be a parent, a teacher, a loved one. It could be a brother, a sister. It could be a they. It could be whatever. Only you know. But I think the real sheroes and heroes are are local. I think you can be inspired and motivated by people like in sports or politics or whatever you like. And for me personally, my parents, my brother, I had a minister at the church, Reverend Bob Richards, who used to always have sports in every single sermon. He had sports in every single sermon. And after you heard him, you thought you could do anything. He was Olympian pole vaulter and 52 and 56. He won a gold medal. He won a bronze actually in 48 as a young guy. So he was on the Wheaties box. The first athlete to be on the Wheaties box. I don't like his politics today, but I didn't realize at the time. I don't know if he's changed or what, but his sermon, I still listen to what he was. He was very fortunate. The four teachers I taught before were my heroes. And then I had great tennis champions. I also have just different people throughout the world. But just remember, most of the heroes and heroes can be local, not huge up there. Look around you. That's where your real heroes and heroes are. I haven't got my makeup yet. I have to do an interview today, and then I get makeup to get all over before I talk to you. And I'm still working full time, and I'm going to Australia on Saturday for the Women's World Cup cricket, which I know nothing about, but cricket is a very big sport in other parts of the world, especially for the men, particularly India, Britain, South Africa. Do you know about the British Empire? That's another thing I teach you. To learn about the British Empire in the mid-1800s. They had 69 colonies, and they took their education, their parliamentary, and their sports all over the world, and that shaped the world even today. That's the reason we have our government the way we set it up. But they were 69 different countries or islands or whatever. They took all their culture to those places, and it still speaks today. Like they went to India, and that's why cricket is the biggest sport in India. Things like that. Just learn about other things.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I hope I get to meet you. I really thank you so much for teaching and doing this for young people, changing their lives. And to you all, remember, the reason you study history, okay, here's the essence. The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself. And most importantly, you're going to know how to change the future because of what you learned about history. You're going to learn how to change the future for what you're learning now. So that's why I want you to know history. It's living, it's not dead, it's living. Every day you're making history. So pay attention. History was my major, so Thank you so much. Go for it. Take the future.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Jack, man. I'll be talking to you, Jack. Thanks a lot.
You too.
Bye.